Welcome, you're watching To The Point. I'm Preeti Choudhry. Well, a big decision was finally made by the Congress party after 20 days of getting an invite for the inauguration of the Ram Mandir. The party decided to, what they said, respectfully decline. Mallikarjun Kharge, Sonia Gandhi, Adhiranjan Chaudhary declined the Ram Mandir invitation today. The Congress party called the much-awaited inaugural of the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya on January 22nd as a political project of the RSS BJP. They also said that the Saffron party is using the Ram Mandir for electoral gains. They made that hard call, while they also said that, listen, the Mandir is only complete in its first phase. So the structure of the Ram temple is incomplete. What is the hurry of the Bharatiya Janata Party to inaugurate it right before elections? As per the Congress, the reason for it is nothing else but electoral gains, because the Mandir would only be completed by the end of the year, which is December 2024. It's in 4 phases and only the first phase is complete. 3 phases of the Mandir completion are still left. However, that led to a big political fallout, both from the Bharatiya Janata Party as well as a defense lodged by the Congress as well. But the big question also will remain, viewers, after that Congress has made this hard call of declining the invitation, will the other India allies follow? All right, we're going to play all the reactions coming in just about a minute. Let's cut across to our guest this evening, Dr. Sandeep Shastri, National Coordinator, Lokniti Network, Ashutosh, author, political analyst, Sanjay Singh, senior journalist. Ashutosh, let me begin with you. There are 2 ways to look at it. One, the Congress falling into the BJP trap, because now a party which anyway called them a party of appeasement for a particular community will go to town calling them anti-Hindu. The other way around, they would have been damned in any case. Damned if you do, damned if you don't, might as well not go.
See, Preeti, I think there should be absolute clarity on one issue, that this was an event which was managed by RSS and the Vishwa Hindu Parishad and the BJP. So the Congress has to make a choice whether they want to be a visitor to an RSS-led event or not. They made a choice, and I think it's an ideological choice. What I'm saying is that instead of making it clear after so many days, they should have done it on the day itself. I don't think that it was such a tough call. And if anybody was thinking that not going to Ram Temple on that particular day when the inauguration is going to happen, and this will drastically impact on the voting behavior of Hindus and the Muslims, I don't buy that argument. And it's the religious, the nature of a person and the electoral behavior. These are the 2 different things. I might be religiously very devout worshipper of Bhagwan Ram, but will my religious commitment decide my electoral behavior? I totally disagree on that point. Secondly, anybody who has thought that the Muslims, if Congress had gone to the temple and the Muslims would have reacted in a different way, even that is also not true. I think the politics in India is very clear. And in that context, in my opinion, the Congress has taken a right decision.
All right, Sanjay Singh, do you concur? Because now the BJP is very clear. They've already laid the narrative that the Congress is anti-Hindu. That's why they've decided not to attend.
See, Preeti, I'm afraid Congress's decision today and whatever they have said only perpetuates what Mr. A.K. Antony has written in his report post 2014 election, saying that there is a perception that Congress has become a party of Muslims and has been alienated, I'm paraphrasing, alienated from Hindu political thoughts and Hindu electorates. What is another interesting factor, if you read, you are showing as to what Congress party has written, has said in its statement. In Hindi, that becomes even more interesting, because Hindi goes to larger masses. English, it says 2019 के माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालय के निर्णय को स्वीकार करते हुए और लोगों की आस्था का सम्मान में श्री मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे, श्रीमती सोनिया गांधी और श्री अधीर रंजन चौधरी भाजपा और आरएसएस के इस आयोजन के निमंत्रण को ससम्मान अस्वीकार करते हैं. When you are honoring and you are saying that you are accepting that faith of millions and also honoring Supreme Court's verdict on the case, you at the same time, in respect to that and while honoring that, you are submitting that you are not going there. I see this is slightly contradictory because this may become a counter narrative to form against the Congress by the BJP and allied sections.
Sandeep Shastri, Dr. Shastri, do you think, it's a hard stand, whichever way one might look at it, and it can go either ways. At one end, the Congress making it very clear that as per them, though they respect the sensibilities of those people who revere Lord Ram, but they are not going to go because they say that this is a political spectacle of sorts or a political, setup by the RSS and the BJP. On the other hand, they also touch upon the Mandir is incomplete. What was the hurry to inaugurate it? Do you see this backfiring for the Congress in some way, because the BJP could go to town with this?
Preeti, the Congress was clearly walking a very, very thin line. Accept the invitation, you will be criticized. Reject the invitation, you will be criticized. So I think what they have tried to do is state that you have all respect for the construction of the temple, but the inauguration is something which is becoming political, therefore we will not go. On the other hand, Preeti, I think it's important for us to understand now, after 9.5 years, that the BJP has mastered the managing of the message. Now, I think this is just one more example. There are, over the 9 years, you have several examples as to how the BJP has very adroitly used a situation that comes up along the way to their advantage. Be it this event, be it earlier the inauguration of the new parliament building, or be it G20 or whichever. So the Congress finds itself in quite a difficult situation, because by not accepting it, you are allowing the BJP to go home saying that here is the opposition which is anti-Hindu. I think, Preeti, finally, what would be important is how the Congress is going to lay down its message for this election and focus on maybe its whole principle of Nyay or other issues, so that the damage which could be caused by this one factor is reduced. I think that would be the effort the Congress makes. But beyond a shadow of doubt, the BJP has been able to use every occasion that has come to its advantage, at least in recent times.
Ashutosh, it's been a dilemma for the Congress. They've been sitting on it for a while. But now, by taking this stand, saying that we are not going to go, respectfully decline, is this also a cue for the India Alliance? Because only yesterday you had a Mamata Banerjee who practically used the same language.
Preeti, I can't say that all the alliance partner will also take the same route. I'm not very sure about it, because if you look at Akhilesh Yadav Samajwadi Party, they are singing a different tune altogether. Mamata Banerjee is singing a different tune altogether. And again, the Mamata is directly pitted against the Bharatiya Janata Party in West Bengal. So what I always admire and have always admired about the Bharatiya Janata Party and Narendra Modi is that they had an ideological position and they never compromised on that. So why the Congress party, if has an ideological position, why the Congress should be seen to be compromising on that? I have always believed it that with this event, the Bharatiya Janata Party will consolidate only Hindutva vote. Those who have been voting for the Bharatiya Janata Party and they intend to vote for the Bharatiya Janata Party, but there is a vast majority of the people who, among the Hindus, who are not ritualistic by nature, who are not temple goer, but they believe in Hinduism. But that Hinduism does not mean the Hindutvad of a Bharatiya Janata Party. So this at the max can consolidate the BJP's vote. At the max, in the eyes of these people, these Hindutvawadis, Congress not going to the temple can project them as somebody who is anti-Hindu. But I am not buying that argument that this is a mistake which the Congress party has committed. Certainly not. There is still 63% of the population in the country who has voted for the Bharatiya Janata Party in 2019. And this 63% Hindu voter has a majority of them are Hindus. So there is a substantial chunk of the people who don't buy who don't buy the BJP's argument, or who don't buy their ideological position, or don't buy their temple as a political issue. And I'm sure there are many people who make it very clear that going temple is different, voting for the BJP is different. And if somebody is not going to the temple, that does not mean that he or she is anti-Hindu or the anything else.
All right, Sanjay Singh, I want to bring you in. Let's flip this around. Till now, one thing that the Congress has always been charged with is that you are confused in your narrative. You don't know where your ideology lies. What is your core ideology? Sometimes you are trying to play soft Hindutva card. Sometimes you're trying to run to temples. Mixed signals you're giving. This time around, whichever the gamble might be, it might backfire, it might work. But many can also say that the Congress, by taking this stand, is now making this secularism versus what they say is a party which is bigoted as per the Congress.
I think the Congress is confused in the sense of whatever the central party leadership may think, but vast mass of Congress rank and file feels otherwise. Even Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister Sukhwinder Singh Sukkhu thought otherwise. He clearly said, given an invite, he would go there. His another prominent minister, Veerbhadra Singh's son, was very happy, and he said he would of course go there. He has got an invite, and his father had done so much for it. The Congress party in yesteryears used to claim that "Pale unhone khulwaye the." Of course, that was a court directive. But fact remains that we credited Rajiv Gandhi for that. Now, this was again a very difficult situation for Congress. I agree. Maybe strategically, the organizers of the event that day have invited them, knowing fully well as to how they may react, and putting that in public. This Mandir project, of course, was a political project of the BJP and RSS, right from the time when Palampur Adhivesan took place in 1989. But there is no denying the fact. But then the BJP tried to make it something of a national Astha issue, and which, in the sense that the kind of message that is going, the kind of celebrations and jubilations and kind of involvement that you see across the country, most parts, I can vouch for parts in North India, even in my building here and my home state out there, this Akshat distribution Samaroh is quite a hit, and people are participating in those in large numbers. So Congress, by expressly denying that, and Akhilesh Yadav, RJD, Mamata Banerjee, by saying that, they are somehow positioning themselves to on the other side of the spectrum. A vote there, they already have that kind of vote. In the sense, Muslim and so-called secular and secularist vote, they are not going to add up any further to that, if they are going to take this position. I don't think this is a very correct position for the Congress to take and make that public.
Dr. Sandeep Shastri, what now? Because the Congress has now, taken this stand, but you don't know what's going to go down in terms of perception. Will the others, the India bloc follow through? Because many, to use a Hindi terminology, call this a Shivji ki Barat. Everyone has their own point of view, even within the Congress. Will they be able to drive home the point that the reasons why they're leaving, and not going for the Ram Mandir inauguration is ideological and not political?
Preeti, I think the alliance may not see a unanimity in perspective on this issue, and they will again try to make a virtue of a necessity, saying that this reflects the diversity of stands on this issue, and they would like to play it out that way. I would also argue that the entire Mandir inauguration developments that you will see in the Hindi heartland, where the BJP has had a very, very high strike rate last time, 10 years of government, whatever little challenges may have come because of that, I think this factor may help offset that. I think the Hindutva vote, or the vote which would come because of this factor, is already with the BJP. And there is nothing more that can be topped up because of this factor. And south of the Vindhyas, as I have been consistently saying on your program, this may not be a major issue when the election happens. But going back to your main question, when it comes to the opposition alliance, I think they would like to put this issue on the back burner, and there may not be a unanimity of stand. And whether they are actually able to put it on the back burner would depend on whether they have an equally weighty issue which they can put as the mainstay of their campaign as they go forward.
Right. You know, Ashutosh, the Mandir is an emotive issue, whether we like it or we not, whichever constituency it might talk to directly. Right now, you're in a place where there's a fervor and a frenzy on the opening of the inauguration of the Ram Mandir. On two issues is what the Congress is saying they're not going to go. Number one, they say that this is a political project. Do the voters really care that it's a political project, Ashutosh? Number two, which is interesting, for the first time you have a political party which says the Mandir is incomplete. There are 4 phases, only the first phase is complete. Isn't this for political gain? Will they be able to drive home this point?
See, Preeti, Mandir is an emotive issue, but for whom? Is it an emotive issue in Kerala? Is it an emotive issue in Tamil Nadu? Is it an emotive issue in Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, in Odisha? This is basically a North Indian phenomenon. Let's accept this fact. BJP is still not an all-India party. It doesn't have a footprints in the large geography of this country. So it is an emotive issue. There is no doubt about it, but only in a very limited sense. And if we think, take the example of Tamil Nadu. Uday Stalin has talked about Sanatan. I don't agree to that. But there is no murmur in Tamil Nadu against the DMK and Stalin.
But Ashutosh, that term, but what he said on Sanatan Dharm literally lost the Congress an election in the state of Rajasthan, where people were mostly talking about that.
Preeti, let's not confuse with the issues. I'm only talking about the Tamil Nadu, where the statement was made. There was no murmur among Hindus. Why? There should have been a revolt there in Tamil Nadu against the DMK government, but nothing happened over there. DMK is very, very solidly established there over there. But BJP tried to make it an issue in Rajasthan, but people only voted to Bharatiya Janata Party because of the Sanatan. I don't buy that argument. Electoral behavior is not decided by one single issue. There are many issues.
True.
And it is accumulation of many issues which reflects in electoral
100%.
behavior.
100% Ashutosh, but many would suggest that was also one of the driving issues in the multitude of issues which come in.
What is impacting BJP, what is impacting Congress and the India Alliance is the irrelevant, condescending statements on Ram Mandir made by several allies partner. And
fair enough. All right, Sanjay Singh, I want to bring you in on this. One issue, of course, that this is a political project. You say that wouldn't matter because this has been the political project of the BJP because it's been a part of their manifesto. The second point, do you think the Congress can take home that point? It's the first political party which is actually raising the fact that the Mandir is incomplete. There are 4 phases to the Ram Mandir. Only the first phase is complete. And to inaugurate a temple much before its completion, isn't this politically trying to milk an inauguration of a temple? Will there be traction on that?
I think Congress is making another folly by saying that this is half constructed. This is not an inauguration. This is a pran pratishtha of Ram Lalla's idol. The second thing, there have been instances, even in mega projects, where part of the project is complete and inauguration is done for public convenience. Even as the pran pratishtha has not been done. On your own channel, you have been showing how people from different parts of the country are actually going there and offering. They appear to be very jubilant that Ram Lalla Aayenge, that song is everywhere. So that I don't think resonates with people at large. That part of the project, of course, people go there, see this part is not completed and this part is going to be completed in due course. There is also a tithi for this. If Congress is able to say that, as Lalu Prasad Yadav had once said in 2014, Narendra Modi had taken oath that on this call nobody takes oath and therefore this government is doomed. That did not happen. On the contrary, something else happened. So if the Congress is...
All right. Okay. Gentlemen, I'm running terribly short of time, but you're right there. And especially at least where Ayodhya is concerned, some of you might call it myopic of only being Ayodhya and the Hindi heartland. But the sense is there, a sense of jubilation, at least the reports that are coming in. They don't quite care whether the Mandir is complete or whether this is a pet project of the BJP or the RSS in that fact. But we'll only know it's a hard stand taken by the Congress. Will it backfire, or has Congress finally taken an ideological stand? Well, we'll only know when that last vote is counted. A quick break. Stay with us. Conversation continues on the other side with Rahul Kanwal.
beloved singer Hariharan. You may have heard, of course, his musical notes in films ranging for more than 20 years now. He joins me in this telecast. Appreciate you, sir, with your voice. But this time, remember, you have sung, I know, religious songs earlier as well. But this is a moment that is not only historic, it has engulfed country from north to south. What led you to sing this specific Ram Bhajan?
Let me firstly say that I'm so happy that our Pradhan Mantri Shri Narendra Modi ji had tweeted this bhajan and he has loved it. And this